Delicious. Here's a nice 2-in-1 peach. This is MidPride and Saturn, which are both double pink flowering varieties. The MidPride's going to ripen up in July, the Saturn's going to ripen up in August, so they're successive ripening varieties. So here's our divide right here. This side is MidPride, this side is Saturn. The Saturn may be just a slightly more aggressive variety, so I can do a little bit more work on the Saturn side, but they're pretty well balanced. I think I'm going to make a couple of cuts here. I don't really like this branch. That can come off, and I think this can come off. So we'll take those out. But then I want to come in from the center. I just want to open up this Saturn a little bit more to take out some of this growth that's growing in toward the MidPride. The Saturn has more of the west face, so it's going to be more aggressive anyway. I don't want to shade out the MidPride, so I'm going to open this up just a little bit more for light exposure next summer. I think this cut right here, that's a nice balancing cut. We could probably lighten this one up just a little bit by taking this out completely. And then the rest of our work is going to be just some tipping back, opening up some of these forks a little bit, taking out some of this interior growth that we really don't need, and just keeping everything pruned back to a nice, well-balanced size. Saturn's a great August variety peach, big yellow freestone, just delicious flavor. And of course, I just can't say enough good things about MidPride. MidPride is one of the best peaches you'll ever find in Southern California, or even anywhere in California. Well, I think I'll stop there. I certainly could be more aggressive, but this is such a beautiful variety when it flowers. I want to take advantage of the full flower set. If we need to do a little bit more work on it after it sets fruit, we'll thin pretty aggressively, and we may do a little bit more pruning later on. Here's our 2-in-1 pluot combination. This is Dapple Dandy and Flavor Queen. This is a multi-bud 2-in-1 on citation. So being that it's on citation, it's shut down fairly early in the season. So when we did our summer pruning back in August and September, this pretty much shut down from that point. So when I look at a tree like this, there really isn't that much to do. The center's open, the branching is nice. There's lots of nice spur wood on this tree. So you can see the difference here in where your fruit's gonna come from and where your vigor is. Take a close up here, Mike. This type of wood right here, these little short spurs, this is fruiting wood. This more elongated growth that's a little thicker and a little more vigorous, this is vegetative wood. So this isn't really going to produce much fruit and flower. This is where we're going to get our fruit and flower. So if you want to do anything, you can eliminate a little bit of this aggressive vegetative growth, but try and leave these nice little fruiting and flowering spurs in here, because this is where your fruit's going to come from. Okay, here's our 3-in-1 Z-Sweet Nugget Pluot combination. And again, we did some pruning on this in the summer. It's on citation, so it shut down early in the season. We don't need to do a whole lot of work to it, but again, here's some vigor right here. Here's a branch that's vegetative. There's no fruiting or flowering wood down until we get down to the lower 8 inches or so, where we have these little short spurts of growth. So I can come in here now and take this out here. I can take a look at this. I can shorten this up a little bit. I can shorten this up a little bit. It's not fruiting and flowering wood. I can shorten that up, shorten that up. But look at all this spur wood in here. Look at these nice tight spurs. This is where our flower bud's going to come from, and this is where we're going to get our fruit. You don't get fruit on these elongated vegetative branches. You get fruit on these nice short fruiting spurs. Okay, here's our Zeiger Pride 5-in-1 peach. This is 5 varieties grafted onto one tree. We've got May Pride, the earliest, June Pride, Eva's Pride, MidPride, and August Pride. They're a successive ripening selection of fruit, peaches that'll ripen from May all the way up until about the 1st of August. 5-in-1 multiple budded combinations need special attention. You want to make sure you're keeping each variety pruned to a balance. This variety we've worked on for a couple of years now. It's actually pretty well balanced, but there's a little bit of extra work that I want to do on it. Our June Pride here came out as a double, and I don't think I want to leave it as a double. I think I want to dedicate a little bit more space here toward the May Pride. So I'm going to come in and take out this extra section of our June Pride and open that up. And then on May Pride, I'm going to check this vigor a little bit here and toward the center. Eva's Pride out here on this southwest face. This is a variety that's an incredible piece of fruit, so we're gonna make sure that we maintain that. What I want to do at this point, we don't have a lot of growth in the center. It's nice, it's open, it's well spaced. We're going to have plenty of light exposure and air movement. All I want to do at this point, after the couple of major cuts that we've made, is just prune a little bit to a balance. So I can take out some of this, a little bit of this lower growth that's down here too low. We don't need that, so I can open that up just a little bit. And then I want to just check these tips. I'm going to come back in here, come back in here, open that up, and then open that up. Maybe check that right there. Come over here to our MidPride, which is a beautiful double flowering, nice mid-season peach. Let's take out that. Let's take out this. A little bit of this center growth. Check it right here. Look at all this beautiful flowering wood. Peaches and nectarines flower on 1 year wood. So all this growth that grew out last summer after we made our size control cuts, all this nice growth that grew out and finished off, beautiful flowering wood for next season. So we'll have a nice crop of peaches on this tree. So that's about all we want to do. We don't want to interrupt this growth too much. We want to make sure that we're maintaining some fruiting wood on it because we're going to get a nice set of fruit this year. So we'll come back in the summer and do a little bit more size control on it, and we'll make sure we keep it to a balance. I don't want any one variety to get heavy. We may have 1 or 2 varieties that'll get a heavier fruit set than others. So this is one where we're going to pay attention to right after bloom period. When we get some small pea-sized fruit or dime-sized fruit, we're going to want to thin this pretty aggressively so that every variety is fruiting to a balance.